Sebastian Vettel just up there setting fast lap after fast lap. And now he's out of the race. What? Hello, race fans, and welcome back to the F1 2020 My Team Career Mode. Today we've got the British Grand Prix, but first, a whole lot to get sorted for our team. We got to get a driver situation squared away here with Juan Manuel Correa's contract expired. Do we bring him back? Do we find somebody else to drive our second car? And we got a lot of money to spend, too. That's a great problem to have. If you missed the last episode, it was the Austrian Grand Prix. Red Bull Ring was very, very good to us. Had a strong qualifying effort. If you missed that episode, I'll put a link to that in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Go back and give that a watch before you watch this episode. A great race, our best result of the season yet. A 6th place finish for us, a whole haul of points, and a very happy driver at the end of that thing. So hopefully the British Grand Prix can be just as good to us. We're on a great roll right now. 3 top 10 finishes in a row from Canada, France, and now the Austrian Grand Prix. We got a lot of momentum. Car's driving really nicely, but we have got some things to square away. First and foremost, our driver. He's been bad all year long. There's just no other way to put it. He's just been bad. 61 overall, and he just hasn't contributed. He hasn't done a whole lot for us. I don't see how I can renegotiate with him and bring him back, especially at a $2.5 million market value. So, sorry, buddy. We're just going to have to move on. Well, I would say it's not you, it's me, but it's you. So we look at the driver market then. If it's not going to be Juan Manuel Correa, who has the highest acclaim out of all the free agents, has the same acclaim actually as Nicholas Latifi. Latifi at 65 overall, $3.75 million versus Correa at 61 overall. But you know what? I've had my eye on a couple of these guys right here. Nyck Vries, obviously a great driver, 69 overall, nice. And decent stats. His awareness, 20 higher awareness than Correa, higher experience, better racecraft, and the same pace at the $2 million, which I think is what we were paying Correa, or $1.5 million. I don't remember. But one better, I think, than De Vries is Jack Aiken. I like Aiken's stats. 80 awareness, 75 pace. His racecraft isn't as good. His experience is the same as De Vries. One lower on overall, but $1.5 million, so a little bit less expensive, is Jack Aiken. So really, it's between these two guys for the rest of the year. We got to give one of them a shot. I cannot justify spending $2.5 million on Correa, who has been getting lapped the past few races as well. It's not that he's just running way behind us. He's getting lapped. We can't have that. Our car is too good. We're up there finishing in the points, and this dude's getting lapped. That's just not going to stand. I'm sorry. That was the last straw for me. Him getting lapped the past couple of races. We just can't have that. His 54 race, his 73 pace. It's just, 61 awareness. He's lost out there. So really, it's between De Vries and Aitken for me. $500,000 difference between the two of them as well. Very similar overall otherwise. The 65 racecraft from De Vries is nice. That means he's going to take good care of the car. The 81 awareness is nice. The pace is a little bit slower. But I kind of like Aiken for that 75 pace, a little bit higher race pace. Same experience. Not quite the same racecraft. His awareness is comparable. So really, it's about racecraft rating between the two of them. And for me, the $500,000 for the rest of the year, I don't expect much out of the second driver for the rest of the year, no matter who it is. Really, no matter who it is. And we look at the comparison between Aiken and Correa, it's not even close. It's just not even close. So for me, I think Aiken's going to be the play. But De Vries with that higher racecraft rating is enticing at $500,000 more. How much more is that going to be worth on the track? I just don't know. But I'm going to go with Aiken. The British Grand Prix is coming up. It's going to be his home race. Maybe he'll shine in his first performance for us in his home race. But that's who we're going to approach here, is Jack Aiken. So drivers are momotivated by more than just money. Many drivers, blah, blah, yeah. Okay. Understood. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. So his demand is $1.5 million and a level 7 team acclaim. That's what we are. $1.5 million is his market value. You can make an offer to him, a low risk, a little bit higher than his asking price, or a high risk to save a little bit of money, or just give him his asking price, which is a medium risk. If his market value is $1.5 million, then that's what we're going to offer him. Why am I going to overpay? So we'll go with the medium risk and see what happens. Survey says declined. You son of a bitch. Well, that didn't work out in our favor. Now did it? Why would he decline that? So what if I want to talk to him again? What do I do? He won't talk to us again. So we lost out on the opportunity to sign Jack Aiken because we sent him his market value and he said no. Fine. Then stay a free agent, dickhead. I mean, how do you turn down $1.5 million and driving an F1 car versus not having $1.5 million and not driving an F1 car? You dumb bastard. Well, I guess we'll turn to Nyck Vries then. Let's approach him. What do you want? Okay, so he wants $2 million. Now I have to question, do I go with the medium risk? Why is his market value a medium risk? If he knows his market value, that should not be a risk then. That's his market value. I don't hear anybody else trying to sign him. That's silly. All right, so for $120,000 more, we can go low risk and pretty much guarantee that we sign him. I'm really bummed out about that. I really wanted to have Jack Aiken, but you know what? He's greedy. So now I'm scared if I send the medium risk offer to Vries, if he says no, then we're really screwed and we're going to have to sign somebody else. Or we just spend a little bit more, we can make sure that we sign him. Whatever, dude. Whatever. We'll send the low risk. Come on. All right, there you go. Now we got our guy, Nyck Vries. Welcome to Shield Speed Racing. I guess he wanted it more. So we spent a little bit more money, but we got him. You know, it's not the $1.5 million that we were going to spend on Jack Aiken. So we spent a little over $2 million, but we get a significant upgrade in our driver, and hopefully he can bring that second car up the running order, not get lapped, and show what that car is capable of. Start helping us out, maybe get some points as well. So pretty exciting stuff. Signing the young driver, Nyck Vries. Welcome aboard. All right, now with that out of the way, spent a little bit of money there. Now we're down to $3.3 million. We've got some activities for the week. We've got 8 time slots to fill between now and the British Grand Prix. We've got an invitational event. That's always good for some money right there. So what are our options? We got G-Force training, driver promo, sponsor events. I always like sponsor events. Those are good. Or we should start investing in our second driver right off the bat and improve his racecraft again. Let's do that. We didn't really invest a whole lot in Juan Manuel Correa, so I'm going to do better about that and help out our young driver. Just signed him. Let's show him some love. Get him some training in there. We'll do a driver promotion filming. Give us some driver acclaim. We need some team acclaim. It cost us a little bit of money. Not a big deal. We can do this power team building 5% morale boost for $5,000. For the powertrain department, this vehicle PR filming would have given us 500 team acclaim, but dropped all of our department morales. I'm not really interested in dropping department morales. I'm just not. With 3 major upgrades in the works, I don't want to mess with that at all. So we'll do the powertrain love, fill that in right there, and that'll do us as far as our activities go. We look at the R&D tree. We got 3 major upgrades in the works right now. We're going to get a factory power upgrade before the British Grand Prix. This one right here, the turbo size from Honda, is going to go onto the car. That's going to give us a nice little boost right there. That'll arrive in time, so that's a factory upgrade that we're going to get, which will be very helpful for us. As you see, we're still the top Honda-powered team above Red Bull and above AlphaTauri as far as powertrain goes. So this will be a nice little boost, but every team will get that. But we've got some R&D points. We've got 709, and I want to throw a little bit into our powertrain, especially because we've been showing a lot of love to them. So we're going to do this reshaped combustion chamber. It's going to be ready after the British Grand Prix, before the Hungarian Grand Prix, and 34% failure chance there. Not too bad. Before we take a look at this, though, we do have some money to spend on our facilities, and if I can upgrade our build quality for powertrain and have that go into effect before we do this and help out our failure chance, then I'm going to do that. So let's take a look at our facilities before we buy this upgrade. All right, so looking at everything now, we won't get the department upgrade done in time to get the combustion chamber upgrade done before the Hungarian Grand Prix. So we're going to get that in the works. We'll get that going right there. Got that purchased. Now we'll take a look at our facilities and look at our powertrain department. We can go quality control, build time, or fabrication. We've got money to spare on that. Build time is good, but I don't want to. I like quality control. We're going to upgrade the quality control, spend $2 million there, upgrade our quality control to reduce the chances of a failure in that department. So now we're down to $1.3 million, and I think that's where we will leave it. All right, and looking at the standings now, after the Austrian Grand Prix, we jump up to 9th in the driver's standings, tied for 9th with Sainz at 30 points. Ricardo 1 point back in 11th. A little bit of a jump up to Ocon and Norris, but if we keep scoring points like we have been, we might just reel them in. And, of course, more importantly, on the constructor's side, we now retake the 6th position overall by 1 point over Racing Point, Alfa Romeo, back there in 8th. So this little fight for 6th, pretty good between us, Racing Point, and Alfa Romeo. We outpaced McLaren. We outpaced Renault. We outpaced everybody except the top 3 in Austria. Will that be the case again at Silverstone? I don't know, but it's exciting to see, and our sponsor is happy. More importantly, our sponsor is very happy as we look at our sponsorship. Again, that goal bonus from TriStar now $8.75 million goal bonus as that continues to go up and up and up. Our secondary sponsors are very happy as well. Things are looking good for Shield Speed Racing. We're profitable. We're scoring points. Everybody's happy. But you know what? All that can change in one race weekend. And with everything done here, let's roll time forward and see exactly what happens throughout the week here. Get to that invitational event and get to the race. So let's go. Advance time. Got the G-Force training done. There we go. Invitational events. Let's run this real quick. And what do we got on the line? $150,000, 1,000 acclaim. We got to do Suzuka, Japan short. So let's buckle up and go do this invitational event. Car handles like shit. Oh, fuck you. All right, well, that was fun. I don't know what year this car was made or what it was, but good lord, it's an old car, and I had to wheel the hell out of it. All right, we did it. Yay. $150,000, 1,000 acclaim. Awesome. All right, invitational is done. $150,000, 1,000 acclaim for us. That was great. Good stuff. All right, let's keep rolling time forward, get everything else squared away here before we head out to the race weekend itself. Got our sponsor event. We got our turbo size upgrade from the factory, weekly resources, running costs, and our development. Our tertiary wing flaps came through, so that's our minor. Was that our minor? No, what was that? Hold on. Did we just get huge stuff come through? Did we just get... Oh, we got both of our major aero upgrades just came through for this race. Our front and our rear major aero... I don't even know words right now. Our major rear and front downforce upgrades came through. Oh, baby. Look at how far up the thing we jumped. We're 5th best now in aero. Oh, my God. We overtook Alfa Romeo, Renault, and McLaren for aerodynamics. Holy hell. I forgot both of those were coming through before the British Grand Prix. Yo! That's big right there. That is big that both of those came through. Ooh, I just got excited. This has the potential to be an outstanding race weekend for us. We got a new driver. We got major aero upgrades on the car. Things are looking good here. Ooh. Nyck de Vries, don't let me down, baby. Don't let me down. So, R&D left in progress. Our major chassis upgrade for the weight reduction in the works. That should be ready before the next race. And our minor should be ready before the next race as well. So a major and a minor hopefully come through before the next Grand Prix. But this one, 2 major upgrades, and now we've overtaken AlphaTauri in the vehicle performance comparison, at least heading into this weekend. That always changes when we actually go to the race weekend. So we'll take a look at that one more time before we hit the track. But for now, pretty exciting stuff, I would say. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so I didn't get to show it in the Austrian Grand Prix, but I did make some changes to the car livery after we had signed our new sponsors. I had hinted at it, but I actually forgot to show it, so that's my bad. Apologies for that. However, we do have a new livery. I really, really like it. It works out really well. We got the sponsors all over it as well with colors now, so they actually stand out. So you see TriStar on the back there, XXY in front of the rear tire, paint in blue up on top at the intake, DSB optics all along the sides there, paint it on the end plates of the front wing, DSB optics there on the front wing itself, and XXY TriStar on the nose, and DSB on the rear wing facing in. So a much better looking car, in my opinion. We got DSB optics up on the halo as well. So good looking race car. I really like this look to it with the blue and the gray, really, really striking. And we got our sponsors to stand out a little bit more now as well. I wish it was a little stronger in the paint booth. It just seems to be lacking a little bit. But overall, happy with this livery. She's looking strong. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you like this car? Do you like the livery? Do you like the sponsors, the way they're laid out? Using the orange as our accent color instead of white. I think I need to update that. Instead of that white stripe, I think we're going to use orange as our third color. But good-looking race car. Hopefully she goes fast here in Britain. All right, a little bit longer on the administrative side, of course. A lot to get done, but I wanted to show you guys all the changes we had made as far as the livery and all that. I did update the logo to make it orange instead of white, and our team colors now have the orange third stripe as well. So a lot of changes here as we move forward. New driver, new parts on the car, a lot of exciting stuff. But like I said, proof's in the pudding. Let's get some pudding out at the British Grand Prix. Let's head to the track. Welcome to Silverstone. Let's take a look at the performance index heading into the British Grand Prix. You can see a lot of movement from a couple of teams, ours included, as we made a big leap up with our 2 major aerodynamic upgrades hitting for this race, along with AlphaTauri. Looks like they got a couple of big upgrades as well. Both of us overtake Haas, who's plateaued for a couple of races. So Haas now the second worst car on the grid, and we get a little bit closer to that midfield fight with Racing Point, Renault, McLaren, and Alfa Romeo. The Racing Point and Haas have plateaued for a number of weeks now, so perhaps they're saving up for a major upgrade or major upgrades of their own. But also important to note, Red Bull has leapt Ferrari to become the second best car on the grid. So pretty interesting stuff there as Red Bull's making some gains trying to reel in a runaway Mercedes juggernaut. Speaking of which, let's take a look at the points coming into this weekend. It is Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull making up the top 6. Lewis Hamilton's once 50-point lead before the French Grand Prix, now only 19 points. So Hamilton far from cruising to a 7th world title at this point. Bottas really closing in on making up some great ground over the past few weeks. We're 9th in the points, tied for 9th with Sainz. And in the constructor standings, we hold down that 6th position by 1 over Racing Point, 9 points ahead of Alfa Romeo. So those are our 2 main competitors, Racing Point, Alfa Romeo. We got to keep an eye on them. Hopefully with our new teammate, Nyck Vries, in hand, the Dutchman and I can get some points and distance ourselves to further clench down that 6th place in the constructor standings. We'll see, but let's head out to the pre-race and the grid rundown.
Great Britain then, one of only 2 countries to have held a Grand Prix in every single year of the Formula One World Championship. And the circuit extends that record further for today's Grand Prix. With good opportunities to overtake at the end of the Wellington and Hangar Straights, there's a lot of potential for close action around the 3.6 miles of the Silverstone circuit. With 18 corners and average lap speeds of around 145 miles per hour, it's also one of the longest and quickest circuits on the calendar. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, You're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
Well, the throttle goes both ways, Crofty. You've got to have the discipline not to try and win the race on the first lap. So always be prepared to lift early and give those around you more space. Trying to be the last of the late breakers with half a dozen cars around you may pay off from time to time, but it's also a great way to lose your front wing.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Leclerc, Vettel, Alexander Albon, and Ricciardo, Sainz, Perez, Stroll, and Lando Norris. Verstappen, Giovinazzi, Kimi Raikkonen, and Gasly, Kvyat, Magnussen, Esteban Ocon, and Roman Grosjean, De Vries, Russell, Latifi, and Davidson. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
Welcome to the grid here at Silverstone, and as you saw in the rundown, we take a 5-place grid penalty, and I will tell you why. Our gearbox for the race was up to 70% wear with one race left to go. Now, remember, you can change it after 6 races without penalty. This is the 6th race. And the last time we were on our 6th race was at Spain, and we ended up losing 2 gears during the course of that race. We were already in the back. We didn't make it out of Q3. We qualified 19th, so I figured might as well just let the teammate go in front of us and let the 2 Williams go in front of us. I'm pretty sure we can pass them. And take the grid penalty. Not a huge loss, and if anything, maybe it'll help us get driver of the day again. But that's the case. We're starting last here, and it has been a struggle this weekend. Despite the 2 major aerodynamic upgrades, we just do not have very good pace. I don't know why. I've tried 3 or 4 different setups and a lot of laps in practice, and nothing has really clicked for us. So, unfortunate, but it looks like we're going to do a one-stop strategy, softs to mediums all the way through. No real threat of rain. Might get cloudy towards the end of it, and then the sun will peek out again. But this might be a struggle for us. I've thrown everything that I know at it to try and make us faster and more competitive against the AI, but it just doesn't seem to be the case. So I was only a few tenths faster than our new teammate, Nyck de Vries, as well. So he did a lot better in practice, got more resource points for us as well. So a pretty definite step up from Juan Manuel Correa. We could see it already, but practice is one thing. We'll see how he races. We'll do the one-stop strategy, soft to hards, or soft to mediums, rather. So let's head to the grid. All right, from the back of the grid here at Silverstone, the British Grand Prix. 5 red lights. They're out, and we're away. Decent start for us. They get jumbled up in front of us. Side by side with our teammate here. We've got Latifi next to us. Dive it up the inside of our teammates. Try and work cleanly with them, go around the outside. I think we're 3 wide with the Haas cars. Oh, boy. We made it work. We made it work. All right, we got a couple of spots. We're up to 19th here.
All right, we're looking good so far.
Thank you, Jeff. I agree. Out in front of our teammate there, out in front of the Williams. So pretty much exactly where I would have been had I not taken the grid penalty behind the Haas's here. Now we just got to settle in, see if we can't pick some of these guys off. Use a little battery here down this straightaway. See if we can get Grosjean here. Get it done. Up into 18th. All right. Staying in front of Grosjean, right behind Magnussen. The car felt like it was okay in race pace, but it really was crap in qualifying. When I say it was okay in race pace, I mean it was, it drove nice. I could run consistent laps. It's just they weren't fast. They just weren't fast enough. Big dive on Magnussen. We make it work. Oh, man. That was a cheeky move right there.
You made it look easy. DRS
that was great.
We can DRS when you are within 1 second.
That'll put us up into 17th.
DRS zone.
Thank you, Jeff. I know how DRS works. Appreciate it. Really late braking there, but we made it stick on Magnussen. He probably wouldn't be happy about that, but
We're increasing our gap on the car behind by around
not my
a second
problem.
a lap.
I think the 2 major downforce upgrades really help us in race pace, because I could run lower wings than I normally would here at Silverstone. So we got more downforce, but I think we did increase our drag.
Power from
That
the
was hurting
engine
us a
is
little
going to
bit.
be down slightly and showing some minor wear.
Oh, don't start doing this to me now. Just like Spain all over again. Throw it up into Rich here down this straightaway a little bit. Keep Ocon in tow. Well, Ocon's not getting away from us, I'll tell you that. We're building that gap over Magnussen and Grosjean. But we should, because as we saw before the race, we had jumped Haas, and we have, on paper, a better car than Haas, so we should be faster than him. I'm fine with that. I'm surprised at how slow Ocon is. The Renault should not be that slow for him, so he's really off. Really, really off this weekend. Something's wrong there. This little train of cars in front of us.
Let's see if we can use DRS to pass him.
The hell was that subtitle at the bottom? The hell did that say down there? Jeff has gone rogue. He's using audio lines that aren't even in the game for subtitles. We got some fighting in front of us. Like Kvyat and Gasly going at it there, the 2 AlphaTauris. But again, this little line in front of us looks like to be led by Racing Point, the 2 Alfa Romeos behind them, the 2 AlphaTauris, and then the Renault of Ocon. We've seemed to have been holding onto this train just fine. But I don't see any other cars in front of the train, so they're gone. Oh, more fighting there between them. Wow, look at how close we now are to these guys. Look at the fighting in front of us. 3 wide? Oh my God! They're insane! Whoa. I don't know what to do. I think Stroll was the one that was holding everybody up in this train. I've never seen him go 3 wide like that. I literally had no idea what to do. Now Ocon takes a look. Oh my God, ow, in that corner, no way. You can't do that. They're still side by side into Maggots and Beckett's. That's crazy. They're still, they touch. Oh my God. Now we'll take a look at Stroll. As we all have DRS, we'll get past Stroll. What a wild fight that was. We'll make it work on Ocon as well. Same thing we did to Magnussen. We'll make that work on Ocon. Put us up into 15th. What a couple of passes. Wow. That was awesome. Now we set our sights on the AlphaTauris. It's going to be tough to catch them because they got DRS. We are really, really good in the 3rd sector, especially this corner. We are amazing right here. We make up so much time on them getting into that braking zone. We made 2 passes down there already, 2 big dive bomb passes.
You'll be on the mediums.
That's great. We can keep making up time there. That keeps us in the game. There's still a train of cars in front of us. This train actually got bigger. We play our cards right here. We get this pit stop executed well. We might be, I hesitate to say it, we might be in a position to get up into the points. We can leapfrog a lot of these guys. Car's driving really nice. I do have to say, even on the softs after 10 laps, driving pretty nice. We have really pulled away from Ocon and Stroll behind us, almost 3 seconds now. Too much curb there. Can't do that. See some takers down the lane. Woo, way sideways through one. Really, really sideways. Part of me thinks I should have pitted that lap. All right, let's pull into the pits. That Norris right in front of us. Do 9. Gasly gets out in front of us. Could not get out in front of him. That would have been sweet if we could have.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
All right, all in all, not a bad exchange. Ocon and Stroll made up some time on us with their little undercut that they did. We just got to keep these AlphaTauris in front of us. Kvyat on hard tires. Interesting. Ocon's on hards as well. Do they think they can't make it to the end on mediums? Wow, Nyck stayed out really long. He might have started on mediums, though. Definitely in striking range. And no pressure from behind. So I might just try and save some battery now that we're going to be in DRS range, and just DRS train our way up to the front. Save some battery. Not really worry about overtaking at this point. Unless it's clear that they're just holding us up.
You have P15. P15. Gasly is ahead of you. The gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Ocon behind. Our gap behind is 2.7 seconds. They're on fresh hards. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 13 laps to go.
That's your mid-race update right there. From the back of the grid up to 15th. Challenging for more. Teammates making a move on him. Gasly to the outside. Well, that'll help us out quite a bit. That run extremely wide. Jesus. You go up the inside of Kvyat. He didn't like that move. He must have heard I was making that move to other people and defended it.
Okay, we're monitoring somewhere on the ICE. Be aware that we will start to see a loss of power.
Don't tell me that. Ooh, somebody's in the lane. Leclerc's in the pits.
Behind is 3.9 seconds.
Was Leclerc on a two-stop, or did something happen? Well, that's a free spot for us. We're up into 14th now. I'll take it. I can't believe Kvyat's outpacing us on hard tires right now. That's wild. He shouldn't be. But we're racing with the two cars that we should be racing with, according to the performance index, right? AlphaTauri and us, we're right there. And sure as shit, who we're racing with. So that's kind of cool. I like the fact that that worked out. Sebastian Vettel just up there setting fast lap after fast lap. And now he's out of the race. What? 2 fast laps and Sebastian Vettel is out of this race. Oh my gosh. Well, there's another free spot for us. Oh my goodness gracious. A huge twist in the British Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel setting quick lap after quick lap. Retires. Oh my goodness. And that'll put us up into 13th. So Leclerc had to make a second pit stop. Vettel falls out with a mechanical failure, I'm assuming. Oh my, oh my. The Scuderia Ferrari camp can't be happy after this trip to the UK. We take a look at Kvyat there. Keep him honest. If we can jump these two guys and get up into the 11th spot, maybe we can try and track down 10th. Maybe. Not out of reach. Here we go. Around the outside. Make it stick. All right, we get past Kvyat on his whole tires, his hard tires. Now let's get his teammate Gasly. Here comes Leclerc on those fresh softs. Those clouds look a little threatening, don't they? So does Kvyat. He looks pretty threatening. We'll go back at him here. Oh, we got Leclerc next to us. I just got that whole thing wrong. The whole thing was wrong. Jeez. Well, I don't think there's going to be any points on the cards for us today. But it's been a hell of a fight with these AlphaTauri cars. Get them back. Leclerc gets fastest lap, but he's going to need to get into the top 10 if it's going to count for that extra point, as we get a purple third sector for ourselves. Wow. Depending on how much of a fight Gasly puts up here, he might hold up Leclerc enough for us. And if Leclerc can disrupt Gasly enough, maybe we can pull him back.
Okay, gap ahead is 2.6 seconds.
As Kvyat makes a run at us, not able to hold it around the outside. We squeeze him a little bit. We're in a little bit of a fuel deficit here, coming to 2 laps to go next time by. We fend off Kvyat one more time.
Caution, caution.
Uh-oh. Caution. Oh, Raikkonen's off. That'll put Leclerc up into the top 10.
3.9 seconds.
As we get overtaken by Kvyat there. Nothing we could do.
Track is clear. Green flag.
Man, he got DQ'd in France. And then a late race spin there.
This is your final lap of the race.
Tough break for the Iceman. We're not going to be able to fight Kvyat and save fuel enough to make it to the end without sputtering like we did in France either. So, just got to conserve enough to stay in front of Ocon. Valtteri Bottas wins again. Oh boy, this championship fight is getting good between he and Hamilton. There we go for the final time. Used up all of our battery. Nothing to do with Kvyat there. And across the line we come in the 13th position. I mean, after starting last on the grid, a 13th place finish doesn't feel too bad. Driver of the day. All right, I'll take it. I'll take it. You know, there's only so much you can do when you come from the back. But, yeah, this championship fight is really, really getting good. Bottas wins again, and now you see they got the black driver suits and the black cars. This is post-patch. So now we got the black Mercedes. Look really, really good. But he picked up, what, another 6-7 points on his teammate if Hamilton finished second. Giovinazzi gets 9th. Yeah, so it looks like Hamilton got P2. So 25 points to... Oh, no, he got fastest lap, too, didn't he? So 26 points. He might have picked up another 8 points on Hamilton. Might only be an 11-point championship fight between these two. That's pretty awesome. Bottas has been on a tear lately. He's been winning everything. Everything. All right, the final results then. Valtteri Bottas gets the win and picks up 8 big points on Lewis Hamilton. It will indeed drop the championship fight to just 11 points between the two Mercedes drivers. Bottas starts second, finished first. Everybody using the one-stop strategy. Ricciardo, our rival, gets third from a 6th place start. Wow. So at one end, Ricciardo's third and his teammate Ocon's 14th. What the hell's happening in Renault? The Red Bulls get 4th and 5th with Albon Verstappen. Norris Sainz 6th and 7th for McLaren. Racing Point gets 8th for Perez. That's big for them. They'll pick up 4 points on us. Giovinazzi 9th, and Leclerc gets 10th after the... I guess he only made 1 pit stop, so he went really, really long. It's a very strange strategy for them. I don't really quite understand. We were battling those AlphaTauris the entire race. They finished 11th, 12th. We get 13th, Ocon 14th. Stroll, Magnussen, Raikkonen. Our teammate De Vries in 18th in his debut for Shield Speed Racing. Grosjean, Latifi, Russell. Round out those left running at the end. Sebastian Vettel, the surprise there, finishes last to a DNF after setting 2 quick times, had some sort of mechanical failure, and does not see the checkered flag. So, wild race here at Silverstone. We don't get any points, but we do get driver of the day, starting from the back. Possibly some engine problems on the horizon as well, but we didn't let that get to us as we gained 9 spots and jump up to 13th. So, you know, De Vries stayed on the lead lap. Nobody got lapped, but yeah, we still got a ways to go. Damn. Feels like we missed one today. All right, rivalry breakdown. Ricciardo with a 3rd place finish. Absolutely wallops us in the British Grand Prix to take a 4-point lead in the rivalry with 3 races left. Yikes. Can't have too many more of those. I don't know where he pulled a third place out of, but good for him. Jesus. Judged by his teammate back there in 14th, I didn't think Renault was that good, but, well, DSB doesn't have to pay us out today. We didn't get top 10. But no damage deductions, so that's good. Should be a decent money day. Well, that was the British Grand Prix then. A tough fight for us after starting in the back of the grid. Get our way up to 13th. Had some amazing battles with the AI. Some really amazing battles with the AlphaTauris and some of the other cars as well. Ocon was in there and just the Haas cars as well. We had some amazing, amazing battles. That was a lot of fun. Watching the AI go 3 wide on themselves. Crazy, crazy stuff. And I finally learned how to better use the photo mode in replays. So I got really excited about that. And the thumbnails should be looking a little more crisp going forward. I can flex some of my artistic talents. Not that I have very much to begin with. But I did learn something today there. So I'm pretty excited about that. Up next will be the Hungarian Grand Prix. Hungaroring, a fun little track. Kind of like another short track like Austria. I really enjoy the Hungaroring. So hopefully we can get this baby tuned up. Have a little bit better luck in qualifying. And we got almost $4 million, some R&D points to invest. And so we'll spend some money, do a little development, and check in on our favorite teammate, Nyck de Vries, see how he's doing. Not a bad debut for him. Not great, but not bad. At least he didn't get lapped. In any event, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by leaving a thumbs up on it and leaving a comment down below. Give me your thoughts on the British Grand Prix, our march from the back of the grid up to 13th, some of the racing that you saw from the AI, the battles that we had, especially with the AlphaTauris and Ocon as well. Really, really good stuff. A lot of fun there. Hope that you enjoyed it. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, I hope today's the day that I can earn that subscription from you. The channel's growing. We're over 600 subscribers now, and just keep on pushing. It's all thanks to you guys for hitting that subscribe button. So make sure you do that to see lots more sim racing content right here on this channel. And as for me, I'm out of here. Got to go practice for the Hungarian Grand Prix. We need to get back into the points, and that's what I intend on doing. I appreciate you watching this video. And as always, be good. Be good to each other. We will see you in the next episode.